That's very good. I think what we've been hearing too, and what you're saying around this acquisition opportunity too, through website, great content, evangelism, all of that kind of engagement. Let's move into, we acquired them. Let's imagine that we've got one of these really great websites. We have an email person who is a person who's opted into email. What do you do with them next? Where do you go? How do you begin to ensure that they are quote unquote engaged at a level that might lead them to either a donation or, even if they were on the for-profit side, a purchase?
The simplest way to really serve people effectively as an email subscriber is, number one, understand where they are at in their relationship with you, Derek. What I mean by that is this. Every email subscriber at the individual level is at a different stage of their relationship or life cycle with you. And so you really need to look at your not-for-profit organization, I think, very much like a brand. If I begin a relationship with a specific brand, they are now in that initial stage of my relationship with them. They are really providing information to me via email that really educates me about their brand. What makes it different? Why is why is the quality of their product or their service something that I would want to stay connected with? If you're a not-for-profit organization, you have exactly the same objective, because not everybody is going to give money to every single organization. They're going to give their money, they are going to give their time to those organizations that do the best job of cultivating a relationship with them. But it all starts with that initial stage of the life cycle. After somebody has hit your website, opted in, now you begin to use email to provide information to them about your organization, the causes with which you're connected, etc. Then the next mile marker, if you will, is that initial contribution, that first donation that the individual makes. That's equivalent to the first purchase that I might make with a brand. Now my relationship has moved to the next level. Now I am actually a customer, or I'm now, in the case of a not-for-profit, now I'm a contributor, I'm a donor. And so then you're going to begin communicating with me in a little bit different way. You're going to be then talking to me about for what purpose my money is being used. What are the benefits? How are children in Haiti, going back to the example we talked about earlier, benefiting from that contribution? And then as we move toward the latter stages of the life cycle, now I may be a long-term donor. I may be one of your brand ambassadors, if you will, for the particular cause. There, your dialogue or your interaction with me is going to serve a different purpose. There you might be inviting me to speak on behalf of the organization. You might be inviting me to provide content back to you about my experience with the organization. One of the most effective forms of content, Derek, and again, this has a relationship back to the website, but again, one of the most effective forms of content today is that content which is supplied directly by the donor or by the customer, where they are weighing in with their experience with that particular cause. That has an enormously powerful effect on, for example, encouraging prospective donors to make a contribution. So one of the things I would highly recommend organizations do as far as their email strategy is, at the right time, and that is well into the relationship, invite those contributors, invite those donors to weigh in with their thoughts and their perspective on their experience with that particular organization. What you'll find is that their words, their experience, their testimony will have an enormous impact on encouraging prospective donors to make a contribution. So the bottom line is avoid, when it comes to email, avoid the one-size-fits-all trap. In other words, communicating the same message to all individuals, regardless of whether they are new in their relationship with you or whether they have been a donor or a member for a long period of time. Now, that's a fatal mistake. So we highly recommend design your email communications with that life cycle stage in mind for the contributor.
Excellent. Thank you. I was actually going to ask you one thing to avoid. Any other things we should avoid? We got less than a minute, if you can let us know.
Yeah, I think as long as we're limited on time, Derek, I think again, coming back to kind of this linear process of how do we attract email subscribers. We talked about the importance of search. We talked about the importance of having your website designed for engagement. One other mistake to avoid is not saying thank you when somebody subscribes. And what I mean by that, Derek, is this. The most important email you will ever send to an email subscriber is the welcome email, the email that says thank you for subscribing, because that is the email that sets the tone for the ongoing relationship. Let's face it, none of us, Derek, wake up in the morning and hope that today's the day that somebody sends us more email. We all get
not even you guys? No.
Correct. And I think that the thing that organizations really need to take away from this interview is the importance of knowing how to attract, knowing how to engage individuals, giving them a reason to opt in. But once they do, say thank you, and then use that email to say, in order for us to provide information to you that is relevant and helps you understand our organization better, would you please take a minute to go to our Subscriber Preference Center or our Subscriber Profile Center. Take them to a landing page where they can then provide a little bit of information in a checkbox form about themselves. It might be age. It might be maybe a specific cause or interest that they are passionate about. Something that you can use in your organization to trigger relevant messaging or relevant delivery of offers or information or invitations that really speak to that individual. We live in an age right now, I would call it the age of the individual. We are literally marketing to segments of one. And the earlier on you can really understand what I am most interested in or what you are most interested in, and then cater to our respective needs and interests, the better. Again, that welcome email sets the tone for that. But use your welcome email to say thank you, and then invite those new subscribers to go to a profile center where they can then share a little bit of information with you about their specific needs and interests. And then use that information to then serve them well. There's an adage in our business, Derek, which I think is absolutely apropos, and it's this. Serving has become the new selling. None of us like being sold, but we absolutely love being served. And I think anybody that's getting started with email communications really would do well to adhere to that particular mantra or that particular belief or philosophy, because the more effectively you can serve an individual by being relevant and timely, the more likely they are to contribute and tell their friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Joel, thanks. Really appreciate it. Some good how-tos there towards the end. And thanks for your time today. And we'll make sure that if anybody's interested in hearing about ExactTarget, well, please direct themselves, and as you look on your screen now, you'll see ExactTarget.com. Joel, thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Derek, you're very welcome. Anytime. Thanks so much.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening on this interview, and we look forward to our next time together. Have a great day.